Oh yeah, your boy is back in full effect. I was tapping in my house party right there. But
I want to do a radio show.
Hey, did you guys miss us? Probably not. It was like 4 minutes. Some people have had, fellatio longer than that. It's all right. But
too soon.
We are back. Top five.
Soon.
Top five. Listen, what did I tell you I got this pack? Did I tell you I got this pack? How you think?
Boy, come on.
Listen, top five stars that have never won a Royal Rumble. This is a very, very interesting top five because it can go any way, and no way is wrong, right? But I'm gonna go ahead. I had an honorable mention. I did not create a slide for it, and I have two. And surprisingly, everybody that I personally
we're doing honorable mentions before we even say the ones that are in there.
Honorable mention.
But what if your honorable mentions and somebody's in there? No.
AJ Styles for me is an honorable mention. He's already surpassed all of his matches in his 12-year run in TNA. I think I seen the stat was like 764 or 94 or something like that. That is nuts. And he's been in WWE for 8 years. So if he's still in WWE for another 2-3 years, maybe it can happen. But as of right now, I don't see it happening. He's my honorable mention. But do you have an honorable mention? Because if not, I'm going to go straight into my five.
Go right to the five.
Straight into my five. What I think
I had an honorable mention. God dang it!
Oh! I thought you were just here for the festival.
He just act like I'm not here.
You were muted. You were muted. I thought you were doing something. My bad, brother.
I was a little picture. I don't want to mention. Here goes one. The big Randy Monster, Kane. Granted. Yeah. I ruined somebody's day. That's fine.
His. Because he's in his top. He's in his list.
Let me tell you why he's on.
That's why you don't put honorable mentions first. Go ahead.
I was about to say you just proved Mike right? But let me tell you what I'm saying is the deal with this. Kane never deserved to win a Royal Rumble, right? I know it's going to be unpopular to some people, but he never did. I
agree.
He had one of the greatest outings in Royal Rumble history in 2001. That is not to be denied. I also, outside of Brock Lesnar elimination, I never wanted to see it broken, right? However, Kane, what the
hell? Who did that?
My bad.
Kane, the winner of the Royal Rumble, never should win. The winner of the Royal Rumble should have to go to the main event WrestleMania and go after the world title. Kane never was in that position to me, the main event of WrestleMania. So he's only an honorable mention. Same thing with this guy right here. And the only reason I put the Miz, not just because he's my favorite wrestler, but because the fact of the matter is the man's been in the company for 20 years. And he's a 2-time Grand Slam champion, one of the most decorated superstars of all time. The fact that he's never won a Royal Rumble, but he has won a Money in the Bank ladder match, right? But never won a Royal Rumble is a little surprising, but only an honorable mention. Now we can go to number 5 that you already picked. Who was it?
My number 5. Go ahead, Mike. I
don't have an honorable mention.
No, you're number 5.
You're number 5.
Oh, my number 5. I don't know if you will. Yeah.
Mine out.
It would be Randy Macho Man Savage. And for me, it's because he never, ever even got a chance to participate in one. We're talking about. He was in
1993 with one Yokozuna.
93, right. I'm sorry, I apologize. But that was it. But he was around, right? But my thing when it comes to this title of this top 5, it's top 5 stars. Stars. We're talking about Macho Man, step into a Slim Joe, be a man, Hogan. This man is a star. Spider-Man movies, the Macho Man Randy Savage. He's not only one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Hell, look at what I'm wearing right now. I'm in Florida when it's 87 degrees, and I'm sweating because I'm paying homage to the Macho Man. Okay, top 5 to me superstars of all time. Never won a Royal Rumble. They should have won a Royal Rumble.
72.
And I love what you say, and that's why I agree with your Kane scenario. Is the story leads into those things. He's the Macho Man. For years, he was in that main event picture, and they could have pulled that off to be, in my opinion. That's my number 5.
Okay, I'm gonna have to this guy's get off the plane. I don't know how you did this quickly. That's funny. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. My number 5 is Bayley. Because I wouldn't want to put a woman in there, and I think she's the biggest women's wrestler not to win one.
That's why she don't win.
I don't have. Well, there's a possibility she wins, but I just don't think so because Hero versus Io is not a main event match to me. Honorable mention for you, I think Dice was who?
My honorable mention
AJ
is
Styles.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is my number 4. I think for the first half of his 8-year career, he could have won this, the WrestleMania a few times. So I definitely have to go with him. My number 3, yes, is Daniel Bryan. I really believe he should have won in possibly 2014 or 15, and he did not. And I just think that's a travesty. And another person I want to talk about, number 2, is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has been in.
You know, you can leave and go in the car and come back and just be audio, right? And say,
well, yeah, but you remember we always talk about we never liked that.
Yeah, I know, but Jeff did it pretty cool when he had his picture. His picture was vibrating. Behind him on his thing.
So, fun fact again.
I know that was you. That was Edward. I know that. Come on, you could see the horrible cut. Come on.
Okay, fuck you. Chris Jericho's my number 2.
I thought it was done on purpose.
Already there now. Chris Jericho's my number 2. My number 1, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle is my number 1 pick for the Royal Rumble. Right. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been fun. Have a good night. See ya.
Go listen to them cars.
Yeah.
All right.
So going into my number 5, you already seen it. Mr. Perfect. For some reason, which I think he's, greatest Intercontinental Champion. Some people disagree with me. That's okay.
I do. You had your pictures in here. What happened to them?
I took them out because I can't get them to do transparent right now. Like, it's really made me mad. But okay. Mr. Perfect, number 5. I just think that for some reason he's not super main event status, but I felt like a Royal Rumble win would push him to that upper echelon. But he's like highly respected, so it's was like
he a star though?
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying.
It says like, top 5 stars. He's the top 5.
I think that he's I think the vignettes.
And I love Mr. Perfect.
Shooting the basketball, no looking, going into the I think that is star wise. I think that's. I mean, his vignettes said star.
Yeah,
but
my chili I baked tonight. That's a star. I don't know if Kurt Angle's a star, and that's no disrespect towards Kurt Hennig. I love Mr. Perfect. I just don't. I never viewed him as a star, but that's just my perspective.
Touche. All right, so let's get into your number 4.
My number 4. This is the one I meant to say that said never participated in a Royal Rumble, and that's Razor Ramon. He was around for 6 of those in his time. He never gravitated towards the main event picture, so I understand what the executive consultant says and means when he says that, but he should have been. And then I echo what I just spoke about you with Mr. Perfect. Was Razor Ramon a star? Right? That's interesting that I can say one for one and maybe not for the other, but now that I say it, Razor was loved. No, Razor was a star. Razor was doing commercials and stuff. So Razor was a star.
He was hanging in the streets with 20 gold chains on like he was Scarface. He was definitely a star.
He was a star.
Underappreciated though.
Yes. But I think that's my number 4. He should have won a Royal Rumble.
And my number 4, Chris also spoke on Macho Man Randy Savage. Hey, I got me a Slim Jim right now. I'm about to snap into it. You know what I'm talking about?
That was a honey pack.
No, I got a honey pack too. I got a Slim Jim and a honey pack. What do you mean? I got protein. I got protein and honey. Yeah, I think Macho, for everything that the Mega Powers did for both Hogan and Macho Man, and for him to not even be able to win a Rumble. But Rumble, he wasn't in a Rumble very long. And I think a few articles where I was grabbing ideas of people who didn't win Rumble. It just seemed like it wasn't a match for Macho Man. And I kind of, looking back at it, I kind of agree, right? Like, Macho is just, he can do solo matches, tag matches, but when it comes to like a battle royal, I've never seen a good battle royal with Macho Man in it. Even in later WCW.
I'd like you to go watch again because the Macho Man Randy Savage was next to close to being Mr. Perfect as there was being Mr. Perfect, pun intended, in that wrestling ring. And there was nothing he could not do right in a professional wrestling scene, on the camera, off the camera. Well, off the camera, he did some bad shit, but you get my point.
Yeah. I mean, but I wasn't saying it in that aspect.
I've seen him in good battle royals because that double axe handle alone. As soon as you said that, that's all I got to mention. That double axe handle was knocking people out the ring in battle royals and Royal Rumble. Right. You know what I mean? So,
your number 4.
Well, we have my number 4, which was Razor Ramon. My number 5, Macho Man Randy Savage. My number 4, Razor Ramon.
Oh,
my
I'm
number
sorry. Your number 3. Yes.
My number 3. Chris Jericho.
I had him on the list, and then I said, I don't know. I don't know, but
he's definitely a star.
That picture explains why he deserves to be in the conversation. Please continue.
That's why I had it. You could be this, and we can all sit here and go, what we know is going to be smart marks. The circumstances called for it. People got hurt. People went to Hollywood. Don't matter. He had they gave him the chip before Triple H came back when he was injured to win it. And because of that, he could have gone on to do really good things, in my opinion, in the Royal Rumble. And I think Chris Jericho, we talk about the Miz and his accolades. Chris Jericho deserves to have that. He's a highly decorated WWE superstar, but he don't have that Royal Rumble on his list. And I don't think he will ever win. I think Chris Jericho does come back because I think everybody comes back, but he will never win a Royal Rumble. And I think that's a shame.
No. The only other chance that he had was I'm the best in the world at what I do. I think that was the last chance. Everything else after that, no. My number 3, and I think that you'll appreciate this, because every time we do lists, when we used to do top 10 drafts, right, I always got to diversify. My number 3, and I think it's a deserving 3, is a tie between Nikki Bella and Trish Stratus.
You know they're my 1 and 1A.
And this is why I have them here. Because we can't, if there was Royal Rumbles for women, if there were Royal Rumbles for women, there's no doubt in my mind, if there was a Royal Rumble in Trish's era, she would win it. If there was one in Nikki's era, she would win it. Even at the beginning of the women's revolution, if they had a women's Royal Rumble, while Nikki was still,
she was in a Royal Rumble though, and she had a good showing.
She was, but she was also transitioning out. Yeah. So if she was still in her prime at the top of her game, in which the top of her game lasted a good 6 years, right? It's no doubt in my mind that either one of those ladies, especially Nikki, would have won a Royal Rumble. And I just wanted to show the ladies some love. And I didn't want to put Bayley on there because Bayley's my pick to win the Rumble along with Nia Jax. So, but storyline purposes, I think Bayley does it. But my favorite, selfish, I want Nia too.
Oh, you just want to tussle with her. Did you upload that picture in there of my show for tomorrow that I didn't put in here? Because I didn't put it in
No,
here.
I did not.
Scared. That's weird. I'm telling you, I think I'm hacked. I ain't making this shit up. Want to take a break or just keep running through it right now and make it a short show?
You know what? Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
While I finish this Slim Jim.
Snap it to it, Slim Jim! And a honey pack.
So, we're going to show you a preview of what we have when you come watch us on Saturdays at noon. The SmackDown and Raw review show, soon to be just SmackDown on Saturdays at 12, featuring myself and Vic.
It's kind of starting to seem like, Roman's belt is something that he's going to retire with. You know what I mean?
These old efforts can be surpassed, right? Bruno Sammartino. He's not going to get the big Bruno record, right? That's like 8 years or something. He's not going to get that. Right, but he's already passed all the other old people, and there's only one left, and those record books need to be updated. You need somebody that you can say in recent memory that you can relate to, and my prediction is that Roman Reigns, he goes for that Hogan record. He gets that Hogan record, and from what I've seen, the reports say that the Hogan record should be broken September-ish. Can never duplicate that, right? Same thing with the Bloodline. I don't think the Bloodline can ever be duplicated. NWO DX can't be duplicated. Hulk Hogan's Impact and Reign can't be duplicated, but it can be surpassed.
I don't think it matters. Why do I say that? Like superstar Billy Graham is still in people's memories. The Nature Boy Ric Flair is still a huge part of people's memories. Dusty Rhodes, may he rest in peace. And all these guys were champions. People remember their time with their champion. A perfect example of Bret Hart fans. I'm one of those people. I remember that era. I really liked him when he was champion. I never necessarily cared for how long it was. I remember a time when the number of championships that you got actually was a big deal, or not necessarily how long, even though how long is more important. But still, like, that Bruno Sammartino thing, the thing is, CM Punk said it a long time ago, it's easy to be that long when you wrestle at Madison Square Garden once a month.
I'm going to say
that is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That is the Raw and SmackDown review show. Soon to be just strictly SmackDown, featuring myself and Vic. Definitely dropping knowledge. Pause. You were saying, Mike?
You know how I say I don't give a good dog goddamn, right? I still say it wrong every time. But
every time.
But I told you that shit, not no damn reports. I told you that
of
shit
what?
At Survivor Series for Roman Reigns. You better say Brother Nietzsche. You ain't gotta say my name, say my name, because I know you ain't Beyonce.
I give you credit. I give you credit, but I also give credit to what I see as well.
Fuck them dirt sheets.
As
Dave
opposed
Meltzer.
to you, as opposed to you, I need to read the dirt sheets because of my segment, which you can catch on YouTube right now. 2 words with Z, Too Sweet. We're going through these pro wrestling rumors. It airs every Monday on the Mike Knox Show, 6 p.m. Make sure you catch it.
That's what I call the alley-oop in this music, in this thing called entertainment, y'all. So you can't just grab a microphone and a headset and be entertaining. I don't know if I'm entertaining or not, but thank you. But go ahead. What's your number? Oh, it'd be my number 3, right?
Your number 3. Yeah, we left with my number 3, which was the vivacious and lovely. One more time.
Oh,
Go.
Jesus. All right. So my number 5 again, Macho Man Randy Savage. My number 4 is Razor Ramon. My number 3, was Y2J. And my number 2 is Daniel Bella Bryant. Okay.
I forgot him.
Yes. He is arguably one of the biggest stars in WWE history. Everything the executive consultant said about Kane was correct. And I like that he was never in that picture. Daniel was multiple years. He won the title. He's been multiple time champion. They could have pulled the Rumble for him to win. So my number 2, did you just walk off the string? Start something about Kane again? I'm sorry. It's just what it is, brother. But my number 2, Daniel Bella Bryant. Yes, movement forever. I got like 5 Yes Chant shirts that are all the same shirt. Like I got like 4 acknowledge me head of the table shirts that are the same shirt, which is different on the back of it. Yeah, go ahead. What's your number? That means I'm sorry. Is your number 2 who we've been kind of? Is that your number 2? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
My number 2 is Kane. Like what? The disrespect.
No one's disrespecting Kane.
Every single year they show the by the numbers stat. And every single year, it's like, damn, I didn't know that Kane did this. I didn't know Kane did that. He has the most time spent in a Rumble. Up until a certain point, he had the most eliminations, period. He had the most eliminations in one Rumble. He had the most eliminations combined. Like, what? In the disrespect, you're telling me that Kane couldn't headline a WrestleMania? Not even the height of Kane.
Only the one where he ripped off the case. Only the one where he ripped off the door in the beginning. But Taker wasn't in the title picture for him to go after. And that's the thing. Like we all know that's his dance partner. The definition of a martial art, the Dr. D and the wrestling marks of excellence in the firm. Is Kane and Undertaker really brothers?
We thought so for the longest time, boy.
No, it's like saying you think that Kerry Von Erich was the Ultimate Warrior. No, I never thought that.
Oh, yeah, so, I still think there was 2 Ultimate Warriors. I don't know why.
That's what it was. But I love Kane, one of my son's favorite wrestlers of all time. But
he's my favorite big man of all time. Pause. God,
but
whoa, that was crazy.
You all over
that
this
was
place
crazy.
And my number 1, and he's my number 1, despite your reasoning for why she's not on your list, he is on my list. Because this CM Punk, not the one that's coming now that I'm guaranteeing the man's going to win. And to guarantee something in wrestling, I think is crazy, right? Because he can't go that much longer. He has been shown to be injury prone as of late. But in his prime with the chops on the side, the straight edge society,
the Wolverine look.
This was the like you said, and I get that from you, because see, Brother Nietzsche, right? I didn't pick on it to then. Your arms are too short to box with God promo is his best promo, more than the pipe bomb, honestly, because the pipe bomb was a wrestling wet dream promo where the one with The Rock was directed towards the wrestler. Yeah. And that's what made it so much special. But he should have won a Royal Rumble. He's my number 1 star that never won a Royal Rumble, and my number 1 reason why he will win this year's Rumble, because him wrestling through Elimination Chamber and being in that and can cause something getting hurt like that, that's something only one man in wrestling we know will put on something like that to get his star. Top guys hurt. And, CM Punk, my number 1 guy.
And my number 1, very like easy to predict, very similar to EC. My number 1 guy, the greatest, arguably the greatest professional wrestler, not the merchandise mover, not the character, not the star, the best technical wrestler who has ever stepped foot in a squared circle. Kurt Angle, Perk Angle, whatever you want, however you want. The man just can go. But I just don't think that he was at the time that he was in WWE. I can't remember how many Rumbles that he was in, but I don't even remember him participating in many Rumbles, maybe like 3. So he really wasn't around much in WWE to be in a Rumble. He was either a champion, like a European champion or a world champion. So he was already in a different match. But him, absolutely, I believe Kurt Angle has star. Now it's a different star. It's not a Rock star. It's not a Stone Cold star. It's not a Triple H star. But he's in that echelon. But he brings a little something different. We talk about star qualities in our main event.
I think Kurt Angle is by far a star. It's not even close. Olympic gold medal winner. What he brought to the business, the milk truck.
The milk truck is good.
You know, on top of being as phenomenal as he could be in the ring. You know what I mean? He was that guy. He was Bret Hart upped a little, because what people loved about that era of Bret Hart and those kind of guys was just amazing. And Kurt Angle came to show that you could do that. And the same thing always had a beef, if you will, with AJ Styles. Can he produce it in a different scene out of TNA? Prove me completely wrong. I don't think so. When Kurt Angle first came in, remember, they were like, can he do this? Can he talk? Can he be a wrestler? I mean, you heard him speak and start. You were like, wow, this guy is a star. You know what I mean? You know, my all-time favorite Kurt Angle match is the King of the Ring match with him and Shane McMahon. That forever to me is my favorite Kurt Angle match of all time. And it didn't show all the wrestling prowess of being a one. But you talking about forgetting somebody on your list. I didn't forget him on my list. I knew one of you guys would have him, so I wanted to be a little bit different. And honestly, that's why I didn't put him on my list or even as an honorable mention, because why would he not be? Why would he not be?
Listen, this was a very free-flowing show. And I am actually great with the time. And we went a little bit over for a Royal Rumble, but we went under for top 5. So it evens out perfectly. But I want everybody to, we're not quite done with top 5, if I'm not mistaken. We got a lot of ideas, courtesy of the dog right here. Listen, some of the stuff coming up could be top 5 funniest in-ring segments, funniest top 5 backstage segments.
This is your life.
Worst debuts, unnecessary members in a faction. I am super excited about that. Who is the most wasted person in a faction? I am interested to see that. I can't wait to have that top 5.
Charlie
Haas.
If
we have that top 5. Top 5 most boring wrestlers. Lance Storm has got to be on somebody's list.
Do you know who's on one of my lists?
Matt Cardona.
Fuck no. Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko. The man of 1,000 holes and 0 charisma.
Listen, we also top 5 WCW moments from the Monday Night Wars. Then top 5 WWE moments from the Monday Night Wars. Top 5 worst title reigns. And then top 5 worst Mania matches.
A lot of things
that down the pipeline. I am very intrigued about. But this is a great night. One of my first times back hosting. So I want to thank you for coming on, because I know that you were not originally scheduled on to be this long. We just had one show. And then we had to do a little bit of moving around. So I appreciate that. We don't have a show tomorrow. Saturday.
Just follow Unpopular Review. We're going to be at the Royal Rumble. Follow all our social medias, our TikTok. We're going to try to bring you as much content as possible from everybody's platform that's there. But Unpopular Review is going to be in the building. It's the first time we've gotten together in a very long time. It's my first time actually hanging out with the crew since WrestleMania, Texas. So I'm excited as well. Like, man, this is a good time. This is my favorite time of the year, is the Royal Rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view, because as much as I love WrestleMania, it starts with the Royal Rumble. And since they painted that storyline, I will walk it back. Wrestling is storyline, and it starts this Saturday. Cannot wait, Dice Man.
Yes, sir. I am with you. I won't be there. I'll be in Delaware. Me and my son will be watching, but
you will not see me in the crowd. I promise you that.
I will be in I do. Every time you tell me you're going to an event, I'm like, where my dog at? Where my dog? I got just looking for something flashy and a belt. And maybe a slammy. Like
they won't let the slavers in the building, bro. Hurt my feelings.
They won't let slammies.
Yeah, man. They were a weapon. And then I walked over to the door at Dallas, and nobody walked back to the car with me, man. And my car was far. They was like, "That's on you, dog." I was nothing. They gonna walk with me. They just left me, dog. I was mad as shit.
Well, everybody. For Mike Knox, I am the Z is silent. You can catch me next time you can catch me. I'll be on Mike Knox show with my segment 2 words for you or 2 sweet pro wrestling rumors and news of the past week. And boy, you know I got to get into that Vince McMahon stuff. But you can also catch the Mike Knox show on Monday, 6 p.m. You can also catch Collision as soon as Collision goes off air, and you'll catch the SmackDown review show at noon. I think that Jeff is doing that. So Uno Dos is doing that. So for both of us, unpopular review. This is Top 5. We are going to see you guys until next time. Top guys out. Godspeed.
Peace.